What if you've passed $3 million businesses today without noticing a single one? They're not flashy startups, trendy cafes, or AI companies. They're ordinary-looking businesses quietly generating extraordinary profits while most people chase crowded industries. Today, we're uncovering the million-dollar businesses hidden in plain sight, why they're so profitable, and how experienced entrepreneurs recognize opportunities everyone else overlooks. By the end of this video, you'll understand what makes these businesses valuable, how owners build dependable wealth from everyday services, and how to spot similar opportunities in your own community. Imagine walking through a city wearing X-ray glasses. Suddenly, every plain warehouse, industrial building, and service truck reveals a hidden stream of cash flow. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Our required disclaimer. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and should not be considered financial, investment, tax, legal, or accounting advice. Most media focuses on businesses selling directly to consumers. But behind every restaurant, office, apartment complex, hospital, and factory is an invisible economy keeping everything running. Picture a theater performance. The audience watches the actors, but hundreds of people work backstage making the show possible. Commercial cleaning, industrial maintenance, equipment repair, logistics, security, waste management, and specialty contractors form this hidden economy. According to the U.S. Small Business Administration, millions of small businesses operate in these sectors, many producing steady profits without ever becoming household names. The biggest opportunities often exist where customers care more about reliability than excitement. The fastest way to build a valuable business isn't entertaining people, it's solving expensive problems. Imagine a leaking pipe flooding a manufacturing plant. Every minute costs thousands of dollars. Suddenly, paying a specialist $20,000 to solve the issue becomes an easy decision. Wealthy business owners often position themselves where customers lose far more money by waiting than by hiring help immediately. Emergency restoration, commercial HVAC repair, cybersecurity, industrial electrical work, and specialized consulting all follow this principle. The larger the customer's potential loss, the easier it becomes to justify premium pricing. That's why many ordinary-looking companies quietly earn extraordinary profits. Some of the best businesses don't make a sale every day. They make one decision that gets paid every month. Picture hundreds of small streams flowing into one large river. That's recurring revenue. Commercial pest control, fire protection inspections, alarm monitoring, managed IT services, landscaping contracts, and water treatment all rely on ongoing agreements rather than constant selling. Imagine 600 businesses paying $250 each month. That's $150,000 arriving every month before adding a single new customer. Predictable revenue reduces risk, improves planning, and dramatically increases business value. But recurring income becomes even more powerful when paired with another hidden advantage. Most entrepreneurs run toward popular ideas. Experienced investors often run the opposite direction. Picture two gold mines. One has thousands of miners fighting over small nuggets. The other has almost no one digging because the work isn't glamorous. Which mine would you choose? Businesses like industrial cleaning, laboratory equipment calibration, elevator maintenance, commercial refrigeration repair, and hazardous waste services require specialized knowledge that discourages competition. Fewer competitors often mean stronger pricing, better customer retention, and higher margins. Sometimes the greatest competitive advantage isn't innovation, it's simply choosing a business everyone else ignores. One entrepreneur turned exactly that insight into a fortune. A former technician purchased a small commercial floor maintenance company serving office buildings and hospitals. Friends questioned the decision because the business sounded boring. Instead of changing the service, he focused on improving scheduling software, reducing travel time, training crews more efficiently, and offering annual maintenance contracts. Within 6 years, revenue more than doubled while profit margins increased significantly because operations became far more efficient. Customers rarely switched providers because consistency mattered more than price. The company eventually sold for several times its annual earnings. He didn't invent a new industry, he simply operated an overlooked one, better than everyone else. Imagine owning two businesses. One earns $500,000 during good years, but almost nothing during slow periods. The other quietly generates $80,000 every month like clockwork. Which would most investors choose? Predictability almost always wins. Businesses producing stable monthly income are easier to finance, easier to expand, and usually command higher valuations when sold. That's why many wealthy buyers search for recurring maintenance contracts, long-term commercial clients, and essential services rather than chasing explosive but unpredictable growth. Think of cash flow as the heartbeat of a business. A steady rhythm creates confidence, and confidence creates value. Selling to consumers often means winning thousands of buying decisions. Selling to businesses can mean winning one contract that lasts for years. Picture fishing with a net instead of a single hook. Commercial clients frequently purchase larger volumes, sign annual agreements, and prioritize reliability over finding the absolute lowest price. Cleaning companies, software providers, maintenance firms, staffing agencies, and equipment suppliers all benefit from long-term business relationships. One satisfied commercial customer can generate hundreds of thousands of dollars over many years. That's why business-to-business companies often grow quietly while producing impressive profits behind the scenes. But the biggest opportunity comes from changing how you see your surroundings. Tomorrow, drive through your city with one question in mind. Who keeps all of this running? Every warehouse needs maintenance. Every apartment complex needs landscaping. Every office requires cleaning, security, HVAC service, pest control, parking lot maintenance, and dozens of specialized vendors. Imagine lifting the roof off your city and watching thousands of invisible service relationships connecting every building. Those connections represent recurring revenue, long-term contracts, and businesses quietly generating millions of dollars. The next time you see an ordinary service truck or plain industrial building, don't assume it's unremarkable. It might be one of the most profitable businesses in town, and that's only the beginning of what most people never notice. Every commercial building relies on dozens of businesses you've probably never thought about. Imagine slicing open a skyscraper like a cross-section diagram. Hidden inside are fire suppression inspectors, elevator maintenance crews, HVAC technicians, electricians, plumbers, security companies, window washers, janitorial teams, and backup power specialists. If any one of them disappears, the building can't function properly. That's why many of these companies operate under long-term service agreements with remarkably high customer retention. They're not selling optional services, they're protecting million-dollar assets. The less visible the work, the more valuable it often becomes. And some of the best opportunities aren't inside buildings at all. Roads crack, parking lots fade, utility lines break, storm drains clog. Infrastructure never stops aging. Picture an enormous city where every street slowly develops tiny cracks that spread each year. Businesses specializing in asphalt repair, pavement striping, underground utility locating, concrete restoration, and drainage maintenance benefit from constant demand. Municipalities, warehouses, shopping centers, hospitals, and apartment complexes all require ongoing maintenance. Delaying repairs usually makes problems more expensive, creating strong incentives to act quickly. These companies rarely become famous, but many build dependable recurring revenue because infrastructure always needs attention. And that creates another opportunity hiding in plain sight. Some companies don't repair problems, they simply find them. Imagine a flashlight revealing hidden issues before they become disasters. Fire inspections, environmental testing, building assessments, energy audits, elevator inspections, mold testing, equipment certification, and safety compliance services all help businesses avoid costly failures. Customers aren't buying paperwork, they're buying peace of mind and risk reduction. Many inspections occur annually or semi-annually, creating recurring revenue with relatively predictable scheduling. As regulations evolve and liability concerns increase, demand often grows alongside the economy. Sometimes the most valuable service isn't fixing something, it's helping customers avoid expensive surprises before they happen. Most people think logistics means giant trucking companies. In reality, countless specialized logistics businesses serve narrow but profitable markets. Picture a map with thousands of small delivery routes connecting hospitals, laboratories, pharmacies, manufacturers, and construction sites. Medical specimen couriers, temperature-controlled delivery services, industrial equipment transport, document security logistics, and hazardous materials transportation all solve problems general carriers can't. Because these services require specialized training or equipment, competition stays relatively limited. Customers value reliability far more than shaving a few dollars off the invoice. That's exactly the kind of business wealthy buyers often pursue. Consider a small company that serviced only commercial kitchen exhaust systems for restaurants. Instead of trying to clean every type of building, the owner became the local expert in one highly specialized service. Restaurants required recurring cleaning to meet fire safety standards, insurance requirements, and health regulations. Annual contracts became multi-year relationships. As revenue grew, the company expanded into grease trap maintenance, fire suppression inspections, and kitchen equipment cleaning. What began as one niche evolved into multiple recurring income streams from the same customer base. Sometimes becoming smaller before becoming bigger is the fastest path to building $1 million business. Here's an important distinction. Many wealthy entrepreneurs don't build these businesses from scratch. They buy existing ones. Imagine purchasing a mature apple tree instead of planting a seed. An established company already has customers, employees, cash flow, equipment, and a reputation. The new owner focuses on improving marketing, pricing, operations, and efficiency, rather than wondering where the first customer will come from. Thousands of baby boomer business owners are approaching retirement, creating acquisition opportunities across nearly every service industry. Buying a proven business often reduces risk while accelerating wealth creation. That trend is only becoming stronger. After looking at all these companies, a pattern begins to emerge. The best hidden businesses usually share 5 characteristics. They solve expensive problems, generate recurring revenue, face limited competition, provide essential services, and operate through repeatable systems. Picture 5 gears locking together inside a machine. Remove one gear and the machine slows. Keep all 5 working together and the business compounds year after year. That's why seemingly ordinary companies often outperform trendy startups. Their strength isn't excitement, it's consistency. Once you understand this formula, evaluating opportunities becomes much simpler. Tomorrow, open Google Maps instead of social media. Zoom into your city's industrial district rather than the shopping mall. Look for businesses you've never heard of, with dozens or hundreds of positive reviews. Search categories like commercial services, industrial maintenance, specialty contractors, inspection companies, logistics providers, restoration firms, and facility maintenance. Then ask 3 questions. Who are their customers? How often do those customers buy? What happens if the service isn't performed? Imagine placing circles around businesses that meet all 3 tests. You'll quickly realize your city is full of opportunities hiding behind ordinary buildings and unremarkable signs. The greatest lesson isn't about one specific industry. It's about learning to see value where other people see routine. $1 million businesses rarely look exciting from the outside. They quietly maintain buildings, solve expensive problems, protect valuable assets, and keep the economy moving every single day. While most people chase crowded markets, successful entrepreneurs often build wealth by becoming indispensable in overlooked ones. Once you start asking, who keeps this business running, instead of what's the newest trend, your perspective changes completely. And if this video opened your eyes to the hidden economy around you, the next step is discovering which overlooked businesses are most likely to become the next $1 million opportunities over the next 10 years. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one. See you in the next video.